Owen, buddy. It's time for you to go, bud.
Okay. Alright, good night.
Good night, bro. Yummy.
Should I just bring the whole bag of candy down here?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Just slide it like right in between Luke's feet.
Thing is, I haven't had like Halloween candy like this, like with the broskies in a basement, like in a tough minute. Like in a tough minute,
Bro,
I haven't done it.
This is like a chill. This is the most chill time you could ever have in your whole life.
Thing is, it brings me back. Wow, I just had one that tastes like watermelon, bro. It tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
Brings you back to like a summer barbecue, like you're biting into a nice watermelon.
Listen, the thing is, every time I have a Jolly Rancher, it brings me back to a specific time in my life. Like when I was a
Jolly
kid.
Ranchers, dude. Oh
Like, you know those Jolly Ranchers that came in the pack that was like a stick?
Yeah.
And you rip them kind of like Halls. They come like the way that Halls are packaged. You know how Halls are packaged, right?
Yeah.
Like that, bro. Anyways, we're doing another pod.
Yeah, man.
We're live right now, literally.
Yeah.
It's on?
Yeah.
It's on, bro. We've been rolling.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Yeah, like we're just chilling right
No,
now.
it's funny you actually brought up the candy for a sec there, because you went the Mentos, yo. You remember those Mentos? That reminds you of Monica and Sarah's old ass house, bro.
Why?
I don't know why the Mentos, man.
Bring
I feel like we used
there's
to always
certain candies and stuff that bring you
eat
back.
Mentos there or something. I don't know. It just reminds me of that.
No, you definitely have a specific like memory of you eating Mentos. And having
100% in that house, for sure.
There's something about blue Jolly Ranchers, bro, that just bring me back.
Don't you have a candy like that? You have something like a food like, oh my god.
Not really, honestly.
Nothing takes you back.
For me, it smells.
Oh my
Really?
god,
Like
yeah.
certain
My
smells
my
and I'm
smell
like-
isn't like my strongest like.
I'm not
sense.
gonna lie, that happens to me too.
Certain smells are like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I was here, something happened, bro. Like,
You ever like fart and you're like, oh my god, that one, oh my god, I remember, yo. I actually remember that one
Grow
time.
up, man. Grow up.
No, it happened. Well, my fart should be different, you know? Mine would be different. Bro, I can smell my fart and then I'll know what's gonna happen in the future. That happens sometimes, bro. You ever I'll wake up in the middle of the
You're
night.
like, I'm getting the job.
It goes exactly. You know what it is, bro. It's just in the room. You just let the interviewers know, like, you guys know and get it.
No, wow.
I'm joking. That's not
This guy
happening.
breeds success.
No, we're playing. That's craziness. No farting during the
So
interview.
Noah, I have a question, bro.
What's up, man?
I asked you earlier, but I feel like you have something to get off your chest because you told me.
No, it's not that I have to get anything off my chest. It's just like I just want to do more like pods, dude. That's all.
So you
But,
said at work, you've been thinking.
Yeah, I don't know, because I was thinking recently, like, a lot of people like to.
All right.
My mouth's mad full.
A little bit.
Okay, so.
You want some Sour Patch Kids though?
Yo, he's teeping all our candy.
I'm just having this and that's it.
No,
you're
feel
good,
free, bro. We're joking around, but those are my favorite, though.
So we can deuce this. Isn't that what boys do?
Absolutely. And we got sour Skittles.
Is that a Rice Krispie bar?
I think so, yeah.
Bro, why are people out here giving out Rice Krispie bars?
Bro, the shit that they give out.
All right,
I'll eat it still.
they're kind of good. They're still good. They're not bad.
Yo, Rice Krispie
But
bars
yo,
are top
I
5.
was just thinking how like a lot of people when they come to listen to podcasts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like people have this like stigma. It's like, yo, I'm not gonna give my time and listen to people who don't have like some sort of stature, some sort of like,
Alright,
if
yeah.
they're not a doctor or
I
if you're
feel
not
that, I
fucking
feel that.
Joe Rogan or if you're not a comedian or whatever. It's like I find that crazy because it actually interests the shit out of me. Like, imagine like listening to other people's pods around our age and shit, and you get to kind of just see how people like just grow up and fucking. Cause like I plan on doing the pod for a while, yo.
Me too.
Like I think it's gonna be dope to document. Like, yo, we started this back in like 2019.
But we're sitting in the basement right now.
Yeah,
Just
you know
like
what I
we
mean?
sitting in my basement back
Yeah.
at my house, and it's like the thing is that if and when, because like I'm a speak it into existence type of guy.
Absolutely.
So-
Same here.
As long as you put the energy into something, it will come to you. So it's like results come when you put the energy in. Good results come when
Exactly.
good energy goes in.
Exactly, but I there's this thing where it's like, I don't think people should think like that. I feel like you could like be open-minded enough to, you can learn from anybody. Don't ever think that you're like too smart to not learn from someone. Like, man, we're like, it's just like.
Thing
it's
is,
just, I find
we
that
know
crazy.
everything, and you guys know nothing. So that's the thing. So that's what we're trying to say right now. So if you're not listening to us, you're just at a disadvantage.
You're behind. You're just behind.
If you're not listening to That's a Bar in 2019, like, you're just like, you're at a disadvantage, bro. You're literally a beta.
It's okay. It's okay though.
No,
But-
it's super late.
Yeah, we're just kidding. But honestly, I was just thinking about that the other day because, like, man, I think having a podcast to listen to, like, something to listen to just to get your mind off shit is dope as hell. Like, honestly, that's what I want out of this. I want, like, somebody to be able to listen to this and just be like, holy shit, man, I just had the longest work day. Because, like, I know what it's like to have a freaking long work day.
And
it's
we
like,
have some people who, like, listen all the time.
Yeah.
They've told us. And that's cool, bro. Like, that's what we want. We're not... The thing is, like, just to have, like, 5 people, you know, tell you that, yo, I listen to your pod every single time you drop one, from start to finish, is like,
That's
dude,
fire.
that's crazy.
That's fire.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
That means you're doing something for somebody at the end of the day. It's like, you don't gotta think about the number or nothing like that. Honestly, I'm just having, like you said, I'm just having fun with it. I just want to make sure everything's all good here. We are.
Yeah, we're rolling. I just opened a nice bag of Old Dutch regular chips, and I'm telling you right now, yo, you know what? We might as well make this kind of like a Halloween thing, post-Halloween type thing.
Well, we're munching candy.
Yeah, we're
so
munching
right
all
here.
of Owen's candy. So Owen went out and went trick or treating, and now we're mucking all his candy. That's our boy. That's our boy,
bro.
Yo, that's our boy. Shout out to Owen, man.
Poor guy. He's like, all right, I'll go to sleep. Poor guy. You know, like, I wish he was on the pod.
No, we'll get him on a pod. We'll have like a PG rated pod just for O.
So, we got our boy.
Yeah, Lucas.
We haven't even introduced him, bro.
It's all good.
So
We're
this is Noah's
introducing him right here.
Introduce yourself, bro.
I'm Noah's brother. What's good?
Dude, welcome to the pod. This is Lucas.
So Lucas is on the pod, man. Lucas, how old are you, man?
I'm 18.
He's 18, man.
Let's go, boy.
Let's go. Like, honestly,
We're like 3 and a bit years apart.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not even bad at all, man. You're not. I actually thought you were younger. No lie.
Bro?
Yeah.
You thought he was younger with that beard, bro? His
Like-
beard. Look at his beard.
I thought he was like 17 or 16.
No. I look like I could be your father, brother.
That's crazy. No way.
No, oh god, I didn't know. I thought you were mad older than your bros.
No, he does look like older than me when he has his beard like that, but I don't think he's got the stubble there.
I wouldn't say he looks older than
I
you.
do though.
There's this one picture upstairs where he looks like meatier than me, and it's weird. Like, he's 3.5 years younger than me. He's literally like 5, and I'm 8, and he looks like a little bit like
Older?
He looks like it's weird. But yeah,
It's calm.
yeah,
Super calm.
Super calm. It's all
Yo,
good.
I was thinking about something today, and I forget what really inspired the thought. But tell me if you agree, man.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
So, actually, it came from a post by, you know who Summer Walker is?
Yeah, I know who Summer Walker is.
So she made this post, and she's like, man, like, fuck fame, all this.
Okay.
I'm not doing this fame shit anymore. Like, I'm not even doing shows
Do you know
anymore.
Summer Walker?
No.
She has a Girls Need Love Too, featuring Drake. Do you know that song? Girls Need Love Too. Oh, true.
No.
Anyways, go on.
Anyway, yeah. So she's like she's a pretty big artist right now, I'd say.
Yeah, she's kind of popular.
And the thing is like, I seen her post today. Somebody posted it on a timeline, and it was something that had to do with like she's just like done. It reflects to like what we go through, in terms of like social media and shit. Like in terms of like the whole mental health shit. She's like, yo, man, like, but hers is to a different level. Obviously, she's famous.
Absolutely.
So that must be like, we can never really relate,
Yeah.
unless you're in that position. But the thing is like she was saying, oh, like, I'm not doing shows, I'm not doing none of that. Like, I'm not gonna act different because I'm famous. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still just gonna be myself,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, I respect that. And her reasoning was like, yo, like, just because I have money, just because I'm popping, doesn't mean like I gotta like show a different face to the other people that were like true to me before I was like when I wasn't shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, now I'm gonna go in a little bit unrelated
Tangent here.
tangent to that, but it's connected in a way.
Okay, go on.
And I was just thinking to myself, man, like, imagine how much happier you would be if you just disconnected yourself from the idea that you just gotta get in your bag and just get money. Like money is like the big thing for me. It's like, you know me.
I had a little stage of like a grind for that, to be honest, where it's like that's
it still
all
is. It's nonstop.
Yeah,
at the end
like
of the
honestly,
day.
I know what you're talking about though. Like you letting that consume.
That feeling of when you're just like, it's because like what ties it all in with this whole Summer Walker thing is that you see everybody on social media and shit flexing. It's like all that is like ultimately a sign of like riches. It's like, I got this, I got that, I got
All
the
these material
nicest
shit.
car.
Yeah.
It's a materialistic thing, like to the point where like even the women you pose with in pictures is a material. It's like, not that women women are not objects, but it's almost treated that way because it's like that's what they're saying. Like they're giving that image that that's what money brings.
They definitely, like celebrities definitely put that
accessorize women.
Yeah,
like
100%.
You know what I mean?
They definitely do in music videos. All that.
So
shit.
all of that comes into like the fact that like you become consumed by just the fact that like, yo, like I have the bigger wallet than the guy next to me. It becomes like your whole life becomes that game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And like, yo, I'm not gonna even lie. Like, you think about that. Like I think about that. I've been in a stage where it's like, dude, I gotta have the better this, that, and that. Like, what do you mean? Like, I want to grind. Like, I don't want to be like, I want to. As a competitive person, it's like you want to be at the top of the leaderboard. No.
Yeah.
You feel that way?
Yeah.
Like as
it just depends on what I'm doing.
Well, for me, it's like part of the competition is like, who's the big dog? It's like,
really?
Who's got the?
For a lot of the times, it's for me. It's I like to look at like how can I beat myself at doing this, or how can I beat. That's why I
competitive
love,
with yourself.
That's
definitely.
why I love going to the gym most of the time.
That's one thing that I was just
snapping in the gym, low key.
Really? Yo, you look big, fam.
No,
Straight up.
what were you benching the other day?
I was benching 225 clean for 5.
More than me.
That's heavy, bro.
That is heavy.
Like, I was not doing that in
225 clean for 5, so that's
shit.
a plate in what, 30?
2 plates.
That's 2 plates, 245s.
Ooh,
Just
yeah,
the-
way
just the other way.
clean
I was
5.
doing
Clean
it.
5.
Yeah, there's 3 sets of 5.
See that's my point though. So like, your focus should be on bettering yourself. Is my point. And disconnect it from money, man. Because you know what I think is like, personally, if you're so consumed with the ideas, like all I gotta do is get the bag all day, every day. That's all you think about is like, I just have to grind, get the bag. You forget about yourself, right? You neglect yourself at the end of the day. You end up not loving yourself.
No, I get what you're saying, but like at the same point, like nowadays, like it's so hard to not think that way.
Absolutely.
Just because like everything's consumed around money.
100%.
So like it's so difficult.
That's why everybody thinks about it though, right? Like at the same time,
yeah.
it's like everything about what we go through on a daily basis now, it feels like, in some way, is connected to money at the end of the day. And it's like, I get it.
It's funny how you bring this conversation up, dude, because it's like, I was actually thinking something along the lines of this, because to be honest, like, for a long while, like, getting money and getting, like, for example, getting a good job and, like, just, like, being able to, like, getting a job, like, a good job was a big thing for me, right? Like,
yeah.
And prior to getting a pretty decent job, like after college, like that was definitely consuming my mind. Like, fuck, man, what am I gonna do? Like, I need to get this money. Like,
and
like,
you should in that stage in your life. I think it's appropriate.
You know what? You would say that, but at the same time, trust me, just like you said, man. There's fucking you put be careful what you put your all into. Like, if you put your all into that, then you're definitely gonna lose
neglect
something.
Yourself.
You're gonna not even that. You maybe neglect others or
others
things.
too.
You know what I mean? Like,
word.
But it's just crazy how you say that, because like I literally feel like that was me for a while, and like now that I have this like new job, and like I feel like I'm able to start getting like seeing progress like financially, and I'm starting to like do the things that I've been trying to do from before that I was fucking working on. Like, yo, like I have this plan and I want to be able to do this with this amount of savings.
That feels
you know what
good.
I mean? Like,
that's the good part about money is being able to like accomplish goals, personal goals.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That other, like, you don't care if other people know
but
about.
at the same time, like you said, be careful about those goals and don't let it like take over your head, because I feel like I might have let that happen a couple times.
I still do.
Like to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. That's something I've been trying to work on, because like, man, you never know.
Here's
man.
my thing, right? Like, I'm in the same position as you, we're in the same stage in life.
Yeah.
Done school, just got a job, finally seeing real money for the first time in your life, being able to do like some things that you were never able to do before, and that's okay and that's normal, man. You're in a stage in your life where you're discovering.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's called experience.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you're experiencing a new stage in your life. You want to go out. You can afford to you can afford luxuries.
Yeah.
Which brings you like different experiences, and that's cool, man. That's cool. Like, that's normal. You shouldn't be ashamed of that. My thing is that to be consumed with the fact that, like, man, like, you have to think, what is the stage where you're just comfortable and you're happy? Like,
Yeah.
like, I'm happy with making X amount, and it's like anything more is just like you don't need that. You don't
Yeah,
need as
no.
much as you think you need to be happy in life. It's like
Yeah.
when people start to strategize their happiness around the fact that I need to have the biggest bag and that's what's going to make me smile. I know it sounds cliche. Money doesn't buy happiness. But it's like, that's my point, but at the same time, it's like, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than rap, bro. It's deeper than that. It's like, man, like, you have to find your, excuse me, you have to find your threshold.
Yeah.
What's your threshold?
Like, what's good enough? Like, you don't have to go, you know what I
have
mean?
to think about that.
You do. Yes.
Because I think, honestly, I'm starting to realize that once you find that comfort zone, man, it's like...
Everything else is extra.
Everything else is
And
extra.
you can be more happy about shit.
Exactly, because you can focus more of your time on things that just, like, make you happy. And it's like, at the end of the day, nothing's more important than happiness. It's just not. It's just not.
Straight up.
Money's not more important
Do you
than
find it
your
hard
happiness.
sometimes, like, coming out of high school and shit, and it's like, man, like
Bro,
what do you think?
It's really hard. Like, right now, like, I'm in, like, a point in my life where, like, for me right now, like, I want to get that bag. Like, right now, on my mind,
100%, bro. When I was 18,
all I think
that
about
was
is
me.
money, bro.
Yeah.
Because right now, I'm like, shit, like, I'm kind of struggling with money right now, so, like,
Yeah.
I need to start grinding and get that money.
That's
like,
exactly
I'm not
where
gonna
we were
lie,
at,
I'm proud
man.
of you, bro. Like, you've been on the, like, work grind, like, longer than I have been. Like, you started working earlier than me, like, in life and shit like that. So, like,
Good for
I
you.
see you putting in the work, like,
bro, but
like, you're hungry, bro.
yeah,
I can
bro,
see
for
that.
sure, but it gets really difficult sometimes, you know.
Absolutely, bro. We've been in your shoes.
No,
like,
but
that's
I
the
know,
thing.
Dude, I know.
It's-
There's a...
it's-
it's-
Everybody has a different path, so we can't always compare.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know what
But,
I
like,
mean?
at the same time, it all, like, relates to that. You know?
It all relates, man. Like, I'm still a young man, but I remember
We're
when I
all
was
young,
18.
yeah.
I remember when I was 17 thinking, like, yo, that's when I was thinking the most. Like, I need to get after the bag, bro. Actually, you started earlier than me. Like, at 18,
Bro, I
I
feel
did
like, when
think
did you
about
get your
it.
first job?
When I was 16.
Good for you.
That's
I
pretty good.
think that's when I had my
I got
first
mine
job.
was, like, right before 18, dude. Literally, like, late 17. Like, I was slacking on it, dude. I was slacking. I knew people who were working at, like, 15 and shit, and I was just, like, just that. You know what I mean? It's
You
like,
feel guilty, eh?
oh my
when-
god!
when
Now,
people-
I feel more guilty now than I did when I was like that age. You know what I mean? Now it's like, dude, I wish I was working when I was fucking 14. I wish.
At the same time, it's like, you can never relive those years, too. So I'm kind of glad, like, you know what I mean? Like, I got
Shout out
to
to mom and dad. Like, that's blessings, man.
Straight up, that's what I was talking about yesterday on Dante's pod. Is
Yeah.
that like we're mad privileged?
Yeah,
and that's
shout out mom
that's
and
another
dad.
thing. Like, same shout out to my mom and dad too, because they gave me that luxury that, like, yo, if I really didn't want to, I didn't have to.
Wrong pipe. Went down the wrong pipe, bud. Yeah, that's interesting, man.
Anyways, yeah, I was giving that a lot of thought in the car ride here. That it's like I know I'm talking all this threshold thing, but it's like I don't even know what my threshold is. Like, I'm happy right now, but the thing is I'm not in a situation
You know what
where,
it
like,
is?
I don't have real expenses either.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
I know. Same. You know what it is? I think the key is just being happy with what you have while working for what you want to have.
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, like,
Because I know there's so many things I want, but it's like, yo, like, if I'm content with what I have now, like, it's only gonna make the road to what I'm going to get or what I want to achieve, like, fun and, like, worthwhile. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
man, it's mad corny to talk about sometimes, but to be honest, like, I feel like the more you say it and the more you speak it into existence, the more you actually do it. You know what I mean? Like, I truly believe that.
you gotta
I
put
truly
it on the
believe that.
table.
You have to fucking.
You
speak
gotta
that shit
hold
into
yourself
existence,
accountable
man.
too. It's like, you gotta say, like, yo, you gotta look yourself in the mirror and say, yo, I'm doing this and I have to do this. And sometimes it takes putting it out there into the world for it to kind of be like, yo, now I have to be held accountable because I said it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So now it's like, if I don't do that, then I look like somebody that isn't a man of his word.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like you gotta follow that. You gotta stay true to your word.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my whole thing. Is like, well, for you, like I was wondering, because you're in a stage in your life, like I'm curious to know what your mindset is in terms of like how you visualize your future. Like at 18, for me, like my style was always like manifestation. Like think it, believe it, and you'll achieve it. Like that was my thing. What's your position? Like how do you get yourself through to the next goal in your life?
Honestly, bro, it's tough, man. Like, it's weird, cause like for me, like, man, it's hard. That's a hard question to answer.
Yeah, no,
You
that's
can think about it.
dude.
You
To
can
be
think
honest,
about
that's definitely a hard ass question.
What about you?
Because I remember being 18, and it was similar to, man, mad similar to me. I remember reading books like 17 Principles of Personal Success by Napoleon Hill and
Do you read
shit.
books?
I don't, but I should.
Bro,
It's
get
it's
him
okay.
on.
Yeah, dude, they're in my room.
That changes
like,
your whole perspective. Trust me, bro.
I read that, and then I was like, okay, like, damn, like, this is like, I get it now, like.
It makes you
It sounds,
look at
it
things.
sounds mad corny, like, but I honestly, like, I'll never forget, when I opened, like, my new Twitter account, the first thing I tweeted on it was, speak your thoughts into existence, because I fucking believe that shit.
That's my bio on
Like-
IG.
like,
Speak it into
Man,
existence.
because honestly, straight up, like, I got into college, and I was literally, like, I remember the day. Shout out Nick Rudka. I remember this day. Like, we were in a lab. It was, like, the third week, maybe second week of school.
Word.
And, like, man, shit was, like, all new. Like, things are coming at you, and you're like, damn. I looked at him in the eye. We looked at him, we're like, dude, we're graduating.
Yeah.
Right after they all tell you, like, oh, majority of you are going to drop out, and you hear about all the dropout rates about being in, like, the electrical engineering technology program, all that shit, right? Like, we looked at each other in the eye, we're like, dude, we're grinding, and we're gonna beast through this shit.
Yeah, like if you want it that bad, and it's
Like, it's a small
realistic
example, but, like, man, I feel like seeing that happen and doing it gave me so much confidence to now it's like, man, like, I feel like I could do anything now.
And I want to connect that to what we were just saying. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but that mentality kind of came from like learning from what those books preach to you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. If you're serious about getting in your bag, like I'm not even lying, if you're dead serious, like you want a mindset lock in and just become an absolute animal, this is the perfect time in your life for you to pick up one of those books. And just like, even if you don't make it all the way through, bro, if you get the
There's
gist,
little things that you could pick up on the way and shit like that.
just try it.
Just
bro.
like
try it.
even the first few pages, like your whatever chapter, open up and pick a chapter.
Bro, it sucks you in, bro. It sucks you in because the way that it puts things in perspective for you in a way that you never would have thought about it, like in terms of anything, like in terms of success. It's like, how do you look at success? How do you manifest success? What is the mindset of a winner? It's like those books, bro, like it shifts your. I look at it like this. It's like those.
I love reading books like
those
that, man.
those books help you focus the goggles you wear that are the lens of your life. You know what I mean? Like they focus in on what you really need in your life. It helps you like put everything in perspective. So that's the thing about books that I fuck with.
Well, yeah, the books that, like, the type of books I like to read, or like that Ray also likes to read, is like books that, like, when you read it, you take something from the book,
Life
but you
lessons.
you could apply it to real life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You can, what you take from that book is not just like we could just talk about this. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, hey, like, it's not like a fiction. You just talk about it. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to be able to read one of these principles, or read this law, or read whatever this is, and be like, oh my gosh, like, I could literally use that in real life if I try to do this. You know what I mean? It's just interesting, like, reading those types of books and shit like that.
So like, what about something? Let me bounce this back to you. I don't want to put you on the spot,
No, you're good.
but I want you to think about that question I was asking you. So it's like, people have different ways of getting through things. Like, some people are plotters, where they'll just sit and think and think and think and think and won't make a move, like they're playing chess. You know what I mean? They move at their own pace. And then it's like, when they think it's the right time to make or do or say something that they need to do in a certain opportunity, they move their pawn, or they move whatever chess piece, right?
Yeah.
There's other people that are more like brute force. It's like full head of steam. It's like, you don't need to think about it. Just approach. It's like, preparation should happen while you're in the middle of it. It's like full head of steam, running, get right into it, just power through, experience, live life like you don't know that tomorrow's coming. You know what I mean? It's like, what side of that spectrum do you think you're on? Are you in the middle? Because you can be a little bit of both.
I'm definitely the kind of guy to like, I see what's on the table, and I wait and make my move kind of thing.
Alright, so you think about it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's definitely
What's your
smart.
thinking space? Because mine's the shower.
You're the shower?
Yeah, bro.
Honestly,
I sit in the shower and like I'll just daydream in the shower, bro, and just think.
I do
That's
that,
when I do my best
sometimes, but like usually it's when I'm sitting on this couch. I got the AirPods in, bumping
Okay,
tunes,
okay.
and that's when it gets flowing.
Yeah,
Okay,
when we
yeah,
got the
definitely.
PS4 on and you're chilling.
I'm just chilling, and you're by yourself, and that's when it gets your brain going.
Alright, I respect that, bro.
Yo, I was actually thinking about this the other day. This is random topic.
Wait. Before you do, where do you think the most? Like, what's your spot?
The spot.
Some
think
people are
the
like
most-
toilet
Dude,
thinkers and
straight
shit.
up, you're gonna think this is mad weird.
No, it's
So-
not. I said the shower.
So literally at work,
That's
like
perfectly fine.
I'm at work and like I do like outdoor shit at work. So like I'll be, for example, doing like a MVS check on a.
So you're by yourself in your mind.
Yeah, I'm by myself doing like an inspection on like a station, and then I'll just be like have my headphones in. I'll just be thinking about shit, like literally whatever comes, like just life. You
That's
just
the
think,
best.
man.
That's the best.
It's the best, but then at the same
It's
time,
scary to be-
dude,
it's scary to be on
dude,
your-
at
by
the
yourself in
same
your
time,
thoughts.
you're just thinking all day. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah, for real.
You ever have that where it's like, oh my god, like I am thinking too much.
There's-
What do you do when you are thinking like, holy shit, like I'm thinking too much? Like, what do you do?
I try to stop thinking. Like usually when I
Good answer.
when I have a problem,
That's I'm trying to stop thinking. That's a bar. It's hard as hell to do that though, believe it or not.
like for me, I'm the kind of person like something happens in my life that like I'm like confused about. Like I try to like forget it. I try not to talk about it. I try to like not think of it because like,
True.
I don't want to bring it up because then it gets me thinking again.
True.
So,
So you
like-
don't like to be reminded of shit that's going on.
Yeah, so like usually I like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna bottle it up. Put
So
it
you're
aside.
alright.
Put
I
it
used to be
aside
this
and-
way, man.
Like it's not good, but at the same time, like
That's your way of
you
coping,
gotta do it sometimes. you know?
bro. The thing is like nobody can tell you how you can deal with things, bro.
Yeah, that's
That's
facts.
ultimately up to you.
You'll live and you'll learn, and like trust me, like
For me, I definitely benefit from like if I ever call Noah up and be like, "Yo,
straight up, yeah.
something's on my mind. Like I need to talk
Oh
to
no,
my
for
bro."
no, for sure. Like I got a lot of boys that I can just call up and I know like
That's the
they're
best
there,
way to
got my
do
back,
it.
for real. But
And that's important too. It's like you need to have people in your circle.
your circle has
You
to
know
be,
what's
like,
mad low key that Dad used to always say
Yo,
to
look at
us?
this cat on the field.
What the hell? No way.
There's
Well,
a
that's
cat.
random as
So
shit.
there's a cat on the football field.
That's
it's
random as
time
hell.
of his life,
It's a
man.
black cat too.
That's bad luck apparently.
Yeah, someone let that out on purpose.
Oh, that's some scary shit. Spooky Halloween shit. But
Sorry, you were saying, bro?
I was just saying how like I find this mad funny because Dad used to say this shit to me all the time when I was younger, and you probably heard it, and it would literally drive me insane, but he would always say, "Choose your friends wisely. Choose your friends wisely.
Same, my dad
Choose
did
your
the
friends
same.
wisely. Choose your friends wisely." And and I was always in a headspace where it's like, why don't you think? Like, you know what I mean? But being a teenager
You
and
don't-
always
I
getting
think
angry
it's-
and shit,
You're
like,
naive.
you don't
You're
bro,
even-
I
naive.
was so naive. I would always just be like, oh my god, like obviously I am. And it's like,
You always think you know best. Too.
yeah, it's like, man, it's funny because I was literally thinking at that time, like, I know I am, and it's like he knows you are. He's just letting you know because, dude, the fact that he did that, like,
But you
low-key-
might not be though. That's the thing. Like that's the
No,
thing
it's good
as
that
well.
he was good. That it's a good thing that he did that because low key, like him telling me that every day, it was in my brain without me even like
without even knowing.
like not even that. It was like it was like I was already looking for good friends and
Yeah.
picking up things like when I was mad young because this was something like
he was
still-
yeah.
literally like and I took that in the other day. I'm like, holy, he drilled that in. Like he
no, but
drilled
that's
that.
like
shit.
one of the
fire.
most important
That's a
lessons that
fire
you can
lesson,
ever
dude.
have, bro.
For real.
It is straight up.
Like that really
Honestly.
clicked. Sorry, my bad.
No,
But I'm
go
saying that
ahead.
really clicked for me after I graduated.
Yo,
Like, after I
this is
graduated from
crazy.
high
Everybody
school-
I talk about who graduates gets
It's
this
so
feeling, man.
it's
Yeah,
so
man,
it's like a
crazy.
switch flicks in your head. It's,
Yeah.
it's so weird. Like I remember the first day going back for 12 plus, and I'm seeing all these kids. I'm like, bro, I shouldn't be here, man. Like,
Yeah.
like I just feel like
That's okay.
like not even like I just feel like I don't belong. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, my time's done. You know what I mean?
We've been
Okay,
there.
fair.
So like
fair.
you sit around and you get to see like after people go off to university, college, you see like who are the
Makes
real
you
ones
think.
and who are not. you know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
absolutely.
Yeah, that definitely makes you think. At the same time, like, because of that reason, where it's like some friends are going away to university and shit, so you lose friends just because some are going
Not even
away.
that, like you just get to see
It's,
like
it's bittersweet, bro. But I'll tell you this: it's a good thing. It's better that people show their true colors than them showing a face that's not the real side of them, and you go on thinking your whole life that this person's your boy or your
That's what I'm
friend,
saying.
and they're not, because when you actually need
them,
something
and they're like, are they there?
and they're not actually there.
It's like, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like you get to see like you're like going through high school, like, oh yo, that's my boy, but you get to
Everybody's
see
your
it.
boy in
That's
high
what I'm
school.
saying. But when it's the circle starts getting smaller, you get to see like who's really your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like,
That's
who really fucks with you like
so
that?
that's a little like at first I was a little messed up. I was like, fuck.
It messes me up too, bro. It
But,
messed
like-
me up too.
but it's
Noah,
like-
you
it's
were on the
dope,
same
though.
boat.
Oh, buddy.
I'm sure.
Oh, 100%.
Bro, you all
100%.
When you go through life, you're gonna lose people, bro. Whether by way of nature, where like that person's time is just up, or by the fact that that person just kind of disconnects themselves from your life. But that sort of thing is like, there's nothing better. I used to think it was the worst thing ever. There's nothing better than that.
Oh, for real. Man.
When that person needs to go, that means it was meant for that person to go, man. Like, that's the thing. And that's
facts, man.
that's the best thing that can happen, because now you know that person wasn't in it for you. And in a way, I kind of respect that. It's like, if a person's willing to, like, truly show you that they're not actually there for you, like, and they don't put on a front like they're trying to, like, hold on to you, but just for the sake of holding on, and not for the sake of truly being your friend, those are the real snakes in the grass. The ones that are just like, yo, man, to be honest, like, we weren't even really boys like that. I was gonna do my own thing. You gotta be like, you gotta be willing to let them go and be like, yo, I respect that. That's fair, man. Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
fair.
expect everybody to be your friend.
For
You know what I
real.
mean?
No,
But
feel that.
the people that are kind of like hang around just for the sake of being associated with
Yeah,
you.
people
'cause
are just in it for
I've been
the
in
ride.
that position too, bro. I've been in a position, and no one knows about this. It's like, I've been in a position where, and I know it too. Like, I know it, and they're in front of my face, talking to me like, oh, yo, you're my brother. Like, like, I mess with you heavy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're my boy for life. And it's like, in that moment, while I'm looking them in the eye, it's like, bro, don't say that to me. You know what I mean? Like, you're not my boy like that. But it's all good. It's like you smile on their face because they're doing that shit right
That's
to you.
life, man.
That is life,
I mean,
bro.
you live, you
Absolutely.
learn. That's all that is. You live and you learn about that shit.
Just know they lost a real one, dog. Yeah, bro. I just been chilling. But yo, let's switch topics for a second. If you're cool, unless you guys got something else.
Obviously.
I was watching this episode of Black Mirror. You guys mess with Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Yo, I seen one episode. Fuck me up. I didn't
Was
watch
it the
again.
Street Fighter one?
Yo, yeah.
That's what we were talking about. That was crazy.
What happens with the Street Fighter one?
You haven't seen, bro?
Can I spoil
Yes,
it?
absolutely. I want to be spoiled right now.
Alright, I'm just gonna let everybody know who's listening and watching that this is a spoiler alert. Like, if you're not caught up on Black Mirror, no, but you have to. People get upset with that.
Yeah, if you're
So,
upset.
spoiler alert, if you haven't seen every episode, or at least like the latest season, I think it was season 5, this is a straight spoiler. We're
Okay,
gonna discuss the episode because I want to tell Noah
Talk
about
about
this.
it. Let's go.
I'm glad that you've seen this.
It's fucked.
Because
bro.
you're
It's
gonna
so
actually...
fucked, bro. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
So, to make a long story short, they're in a point in time where VR technology is really advanced.
Like,
But it's not like bop, boop, beep, boop, you know?
No,
not
it's
like an
real
alien.
smooth, like, yeah.
It's not like an alien age at that time. It looks like this time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
It's
cell
modern.
phones. It's
Yeah,
modern.
it's modern.
But it's at a point, let's say like 10, 15 years from now.
Sure.
Okay? There's this little chip. This guy, his boy, hasn't seen him in like time. He shows up to his birthday. He's like, yo, like, good to see you, blah, blah, blah. I know it's your birthday. I wanted to come through. I brought you a gift. And the guy's like, yo, man, no, you didn't have to get me a gift, blah, blah, blah. He opens the gift. It's the new Street Fighter game.
Okay.
It's called Striking Vipers
Okay,
in the TV show, but it's Street Fighter.
Okay,
Like, they branded it like
Yeah,
Street
yeah.
Fighter. And it comes with this little chip. what happens is you put this chip on your temple, and like your eyes like roll in the back of your head in real life, but then
you're in VR.
You're in VR, and like you can feel everything, and that's the key, is that you can feel everything. So him and his boy hop online, right?
Oh no, that's mad scary.
This guy is married. The other guy is single, I believe.
So you feel it in real life,
Yeah.
but is it actually happening to you, or you just feel it?
You won't
just
get
feel it,
injured,
like,
but you
no.
can feel the sensation of getting hit.
God, the pain, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like real pain and shit, but it's like you don't get medically
That's
hurt.
trippy, yeah.
Or physically hurt, right? But you can see them, like, it shows like a scene where he's like in the reality, like they'll show the fight going on, and then they'll go into like him on the couch, like while it's going on, and like his body's like twitching when he's getting hit, like he's feeling it, right? So his body's like contorting and shit. So here's where it gets messed up.
Okay,
Yo, your bro knows what's going on, and people who are watching this know what I'm about to tell you. So him and his boy are fighting and shit, and they're like, "Ugh, that was a good fight." And they get up and they're like chatting and shit in the arena, and then they start making out. One's a chick and one's a guy, and then they bang, bro. Him and his boy banged in the game.
Yeah.
And they can feel it, and he's like busting and shit.
Oh,
you don't
my
see
God,
it.
this is getting mad crazy.
It's crazy.
I thought we were fighting.
That's exactly that's how I reacted. Isn't that how you reacted? We're like, whoa. Yeah. I thought this was a game about VR. What's going on here?
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? So they just start like, so every time they played that game, they start making love. They don't even fight. They just start the game to start doing it.
But one turns into a girl.
One's the girl fighter, one's the guy.
But they're both
fighter.
guys in real life.
In real life, yeah. They're boys.
So here's the trippy part, because he's like, dude, does it feel good for the girl? Like, how does it feel? Because if you're...
He's trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, no, but like he messes with it. So it gets to a point where that guy starts neglecting his wife because he's getting his satisfaction from the game. And so his wife starts tripping out. She's like, what? Am I getting fat? Like, am I not beautiful? Like, what, does he not love me anymore? So, like, she starts tripping out like that. And she starts asking him, like, yo, are you cheating on me and shit? And he's like, no, I would never cheat on you and shit. And then he calls his boy up and he's like... He's like, yo, we gotta meet up. Like, this is kind of affecting my life. But, like, and they meet up and he's like, yo, like, that shit's the other guy's trying to, like, bring the guy with a wife, like, down with him. He's like, but don't tell me this isn't the best sex you've ever had.
What the hell, bro? You're creeping me out, dude.
Bro.
Dude, it's trips. And here's what's crazy about it. They were having this conversation while they were having dinner at that guy's house because his wife invited him over because she still has no idea what the fuck is going on.
Because like in the game they're like, okay, like this is this needs to stop. So they stop and then they stop talking for a bit.
So weird, bro.
No. She's like, oh, by the way, I invited so and so. And he was like,
oh, and he trips out. He's like, oh my god, like she doesn't even know about this.
Yeah.
So the fact that this guy's coming over now, he's like, fuck, like why would you do that? Like we've been banging on a video game. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to.
Bro, that's mad weird.
And now it's like an affair, but like over a video. If he's in his one house and you're in another house and you guys are smashing, and that's just mad weird, right? So listen to this part. So they end up.
Imagine that's the future. That's some wild shit, dude.
I know. And the craziest part is they call each other, and the guy goes, "Does this mean we're gay?" And they start questioning their sexuality, right? And they meet up in person, and they say there's only one way to find out. I forget how it gets brought up. But they're basically like, "Okay, bro, meet me."
Don't say it.
No. It's not. It doesn't go that far.
Okay.
It's like, yo, meet me in person and just give me a kiss and tell me if you feel something. Like, that's how we'll know. They're like, there's only one way to find out.
What is this Black Mirror weird stuff?
It's crazy, right? It's crazy. So they meet up, and the guy's like, so, like, the other dude's being
What's
weird.
going on here?
He's like, yo, man, like, you know what I mean? Like, we've been boys for a long time and shit. And the guy's like, man, just the fuck up and kiss me, man. Like, stop making it weird. Like, just do it already so we know, right? Because he's cheesed. And then they start, like, so they kiss. And then they're like, nah, I didn't feel nothing, right? Like, they didn't feel nothing. And then they're like, okay, then we just gotta stop doing this game then. We're gonna stop. And then all of a sudden, this is the big twist. Eventually, he's like, to his wife, he tells his wife about it. And what they do is, the thing is so fire, like he ends up doing it again because he couldn't resist. and he's like, bro, this is so wrong. We gotta do something about it. So he tells his wife about it, and what they do now.
Does it make the wife play?
No, him and his wife have an agreement now, at the end of the episode where he gives her the ring box, her wedding ring box. She puts it inside, and goes out once a month. And gets to have an affair with anybody at the bar that she wants for 1 night per month, and he gets to have sex on the video game with his boy 1 night per month. That's their fucking trade-off, bro. I know! It was...
Like, you know what, like, for me...
What is happening with Black Mirror? What are they trying to do?
Fucked.
It's supposed to, like, mindfuck you.
Like, for me, what made it even more weird is, like, the whole time, these are 2 black guys. Like, 2 dark-skinned, like... One's a muscular, like, jock guy. Like,
Yeah, okay.
The other one's just, like, a regular black guy. But it was just the fact that they're black, it made it even more weird. Like no racial shit, but, like...
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just,
No, because you don't... I guess you don't expect that, and I
it's-
guess society
it-
puts it to
and
be like...
It does, but it was...
Okay,
it
yeah.
was fucked, man.
Bro, and it was like... They were talking about how it was the most fire thing they ever did. Like, nothing could be more fire.
Bro,
I don't like that.
like
That's
bro,
sucks.
I know, I
people
felt the
scene
same
was
way.
Fuck, because this... Like, the one guy was just... He's talking dirty to him in real life.
Yeah, bro.
About this thing.
He's like, you know, it's the best. I even tried banging a polar bear in the game and it wasn't the same. He's
Yeah.
like, I need you in the game. It was
What
so
the hell,
it
bro?
was so
I know.
Oh my god, man, that is
Bro.
mad weird.
This guy said he banged the polar bear character, bro.
That is insane. I can't believe that.
I know, bro. Like, that's the thing. Wow, who just got that TD?
Jarvis.
Yeah, so this is the thing, man. Like, Black Mirror, as crazy as it is, some of this shit can be real, bro. I mean, that story in
I only
particular is
remember-
meant to bend your mind.
100%.
But things like that happen,
But I
bro, in
feel-
real life. You just don't hear about it. Like, people have messed up stories and lives, right? Like, that shit
Yeah,
is
yeah.
real as hell, bro. People are weird. Hello? People
Yeah,
are
yeah.
fucking weird.
Yeah,
They
I know.
just do shit.
Oh my god, that's the craziest thing I ever heard. I remember a few weird episodes of Black Mirror from like the beginning. I guess I haven't caught up to like season 5. They seem to get more weird and more weird as the seasons go on. But the only things that creeps me out is that they touch on things that like it's like, yo, could that happen potentially in the future?
that's every episode supposed
You
to
know
be
what
that
it's
way.
like? What? I don't like that, yo. Like that makes me sketch out.
Uncomfortable. I
Yeah.
stopped watching it because of that. Because I was like, dude, this just gives me anxiety. And when I was watching Black Mirror for the first time, it was in a point where I was maybe like a year older than him, so I was still going through the motions of like life, like trying to becoming an adult. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so there's already a lot on your mind at this. That
Yo, they're
stage in
low
your
key
life.
visionary with their episodes.
They
They're low
absolutely
key
are.
visionary. Apparently, China's actually implementing the episode. You know that episode where they look at people and it shows how many likes you have.
Yeah.
Bro, apparently that might be happening.
Oh,
somewhere
everything
around
is
there.
rated.
Bro, apparently that shit might actually be happening. Don't quote me on this if it's exactly in China.
So you
but I
see
heard
the quality of the person, pretty much, is what they're saying.
apparently they're trying to implement that. How crazy is that?
It
Well,
won't happen.
That's
It
pretty
won't
much what
happen.
IG is.
No, it won't. Well, yeah, I agree, but not. It wasn't intentionally supposed to be that way, but that's what it became.
But it's crazy how like they low key like talked about it, and it's like, oh my god, like they're touching on those subjects.
Yo, but I do
Yeah.
actually want to talk about what you just said there, like how IG is like that, and like everybody knows this. It's 2019, so we all know what this numbers game is. So let's not act naive about it. But I just want to talk about how crazy it is because it still fascinates me.
Mhm.
But the thing is like, yo, like you're right. Like, in a way, it's not true. It's very like situational, but in a way, IG and like the numbers and shit. For a long time, I don't think as much anymore, but for a while was kind of like an approval rating. You know what I mean? Like, how many people approve of this person is like the number of likes and followers
Well,
and shit.
isn't that the whole reason why they took away the likes?
Well, yeah, because people viewed it that way.
Well, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Like, think about. This is what I can't like, because to be honest, it's how you think of it. Because like social media for me is just like I want to see what the people I like, or people who I follow, like who I think are cool. I want to see what they post. Like I just want to see
too.
what they're doing. Like
Yeah.
you know what? That's cool to me.
Like,
But
people
for some
are-
people, like social media is like, oh no, like I want to show people how good I'm doing.
yeah,
That's where it's messed
no,
up. I
it's
think.
it's even deeper than that. It's like how much better I'm doing than all of you.
Exactly. And it's just like, man,
That's so
that's
toxic.
it's
bro.
mad weird how like, yo, people have that mindset. Like, what do you think is
Anybody
the trait
who's
they
ever-
have when they're growing? Because I think this happens when you grow up. Like, there's got to be something missing along the lines when you're growing up to make you have this trait where it's like, I must be.
It's not their fault, bro. It's the fact that, like...
Really?
Like, listen, man, it's
it
so
could
easy.
potentially be something like
well,
that.
it's always a part of their fault because at the end of the day they do it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, what I mean by it's not their fault is that there's so many external factors that go into people behaving that way. And one of the things that go into people behaving that way is definitely the fact that people are, like, looking at... This is the closest we've ever been connected to celebrities and shit and people who are really, like, wealthy and living extravagant lives.
Mm-hmm.
And so it feels as if everybody should be living that way because it's so close to us in a way. It's far, but it's close.
I'm gonna bring something up here. Do you remember? I'm just gonna go back.
Yo, thank you so much, Owen.
Owen's a G for bringing up all this candy and snacks and shit.
I'm having this airhead.
Go for it, bro.
Okay.
It just made me bring it up because like it made me think about this for a sec. You remember being back in high school, and it's like certain people from certain schools are like act different ways in terms of that. Like more bougie. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
yes.
Like we don't have to. Like,
I already have a name in my mind.
We don't even have to like name names, name schools. We don't have to do none of that. But like, do you remember that feeling in high school where it's like, oh,
you used to be like down to earth, and now you just went too far up in the atmosphere.
Man, it's like, yo, like how do like that's what I mean. Like
you gotta stay grounded.
But no, that's my point. Is like, why is it that like, don't you notice that like it's a lot of the times people from certain schools is like where it's like that.
Well, that's because it's like certain areas are different, like subcultures, I would say.
True.
Like, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, different parts of the city. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Different parts of the city have different cultures, man.
True.
Like
I guess so.
Like they do. Like uptown's different than downtown. West End's different than East End.
Head fake. Hard head fake. Yeah, I guess so. Like when you take that into consideration, but at the same time, it's just like I don't know, man.
Also, what trends in a high school is very like what people care about in high school. I think your phone's popping off there. What's popping in high school really? Like in high school, you're at a pivotal time in your life. Like your brain is becoming more and more
that
adult-like.
frontal lobe is developing, boy.
That's right. That's right. And so, like, a lot of your influences, although, like, you're never going to be the same person you were in high school, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hopefully not, because you got to grow out of that. For sure. Some of that still is a part of the mold that made you who you are today.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that completely fizzles out. Like, for me, it's like, I feel like Ray in grade 12, of course, I'm always going to be me, but I'm not the same guy I was in the 12th grade. Like, no,
Obviously
you're
not.
not the same guy that...
Obviously not.
Like,
dude, I feel like I wasn't the same guy I was last year.
Yeah, and we had this conversation before.
Literally.
Like, I wasn't the same person last year than I am today. But I was definitely a lot closer last year than I am today than I was the year before than the year before that, you know? Okay.
Bro, yeah. No, I feel like...
Let me put numbers to it. Like, when I was like from like 18 to 19 or 19 to 20, I felt more distant from myself. Like I made some growth strides in those years. Like it was a different mindset, different shift because so many things are changing in that time in your life. Whereas like 21 to 22, it's like, yeah, obviously I changed because it's another year. And I've definitely experienced a lot this year, almost more than anything in my life.
Yeah.
Any other year in my life.
That, like I feel like what you're trying to say is like this past year feels like you've had more.
I've been more in my bag.
You've come to more realizations than compared to the past few years combined. Is that what you're trying to say?
In a way, yeah, but it's the fact that I've gone through life in the last year knowing myself the most I've ever known myself. Whereas in the years of, like, let's say 18 to 20 or 18 to 21, I was still getting to know who I was. Mm-hmm. I was still learning and becoming the person that I was.
Oh, yeah.
More than I am between 21 and 22 is where it's like 21 to 22.
Who do you want to be, dude? Who do you want to be?
Is that rhetorical?
No, I'm asking you. Who do you want to be?
Oh my god, it's such an open-ended question. But I'm gonna
that's
try.
kind of crazy.
But I'm gonna try to answer it.
Fair. Yeah.
Honestly, bro, one quality about me that I want to flex, like what muscle I want to flex the most, is just my creative muscle. So, because the question is very open-ended, I'll give you a little bit of an open-ended answer. But in some way or some shape or form, I just want to continue to just be... If you were to label me, I just want to be a creator. Like, just a creative person. Create whatever it is. I don't... Just like Dante was saying yesterday, like... And I related to it. It's like, don't put a box on me. Because I don't want to be like... I'm not a podcaster. I'm not a software coder. I'm not like... I'm nothing, bro. Like it's like, don't put a label on me. Like, I'm just a creative.
Okay.
Like, I just want to like do whatever. Like you know how I fiddle around with everything. Like, you know that about me. It's like, I'll just fuck around and just like try to make a track one day because I'm in the mood for it.
Yeah.
And then go on Photoshop and try to like fiddle around and make some like graphics, and then go and make a video. Like learn how to edit a video. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like kind of like in my bag that way.
Yeah.
So, I guess over time I want to refine myself in that sense, and actually just become like a really good creator. I want to learn how to play instruments and shit. I want to like learn how to make...
Basically, you want to be like a production engineer, in a way. That's a
not even necessarily. It's
No?
just like, I just want to be like I just respect art in so many different forms that I can't see myself sticking to just one.
100%.
I love creating
in
in all different platforms.
that.
I'm that type of person where
I like that.
I love dabbling in like, okay, like yo, let's try to learn how to like design a house. Fuck it, like just learn the basics. I don't want to be a master.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe my reasoning for that is just like, naturally I'm trying to find that one thing that I'm just like, whoa, why haven't I been doing this the whole time? I love this. And then I just absolutely hone in on that and become the best in the fucking world at it. But
That'd be sick, yeah.
for now, I just like to create. I'm not answering this question in the sense of like, what do I want to do in terms of like what brings me money, but who I want to be.
Yeah.
And
No,
that's my answer.
that's why I asked it. That's a fire answer.
Yeah.
That's a fire answer.
Thanks, bro.
What, can I ask that, or is that too deep?
I just want to be comfortable. That's what I want to be.
Okay.
I wanna
Talk
I
about
want to
it.
be comfortable, bro. Like I want to be in a point where it's like, bro, like, I want that. Fuck it, let's go. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to be like. It goes back to the money thing, but I don't want to be like too far up where it's like I'm full of myself. I just want to be at a point in my life where like
Comfortable is a good answer.
like I know like I got things to do and like I'm paying everything's Gucci, but at the same time like I'm comfortable. I got shit.
Yeah, you
like,
just
know
want to be
what I mean?
comfortable.
Yeah, but I
That's
just wanna
nice.
be
That's
comfortable.
fine.
You can make the argument that you need money to stop thinking about money.
Facts.
You know what I
That's
mean?
good enough.
Yeah, that's.
But you need to
definitely-
think
yeah,
about
that's
money
the
to
truest
get
argument.
to the money. So it's a little bit of a conundrum, but
yeah, definitely, 100%.
but that's the thing though. It's like when you have money and then the flow of income is like effortless. You don't even think about the fact that your money's like when you go to work. You're probably at a point now where it's like work is so routine that you don't think about it. It's a part of your life, and then the income comes in, and now you're not really so stressed about the fact that you gotta go to work. It's I go to work because that's a part of my life, and that's what I do. And the income comes in, and you're comfortable because you're not thinking like the income. You're so used to the income coming in that you're just like you're in a flow state.
Yeah, it's just. The
You know what I mean? And that's I guess that's what you're kind of getting at.
That's where I want
comfort.
Because once I'm comfortable, like the only thing I have to worry about is me and my life and the people who are in it. So like
Facts. You're bang on with that.
that's what I want, bro.
You're bang on with that because I can say that a lot of things that I was able to focus on was because I had the privilege of like getting a good job and being able to like not think about that aspect because I was at that point in your life where you're so consumed with wanting to like succeed and wanting to be comfortable like you said that you stopped. Well, you don't have enough time to think about like, yo man, I gotta like kick it with so and so because like man I really want to spend time with that person and like I really want to rekindle our relationship because like it means something to me. That sort of thing. I see what you're saying in that aspect. I was definitely there. Once you get into that spot, you're bang on, bro. Like if there's something that I can tell you that you're like in the right mindset about at your age is that as soon as you get into your bag, bro, you'll feel comfortable. Just don't let it continue to consume you. Once you're comfortable, bro, That's all you need, man. It's not about the flashy cars or like
Not even, bro.
the biggest watch and shit like that, the nicest shoes. That
Yeah,
stuff
that's
comes
just
though.
wild.
Like you
For
can
sure.
treat
Oh,
yourself.
obviously, no, for sure. Like
You can treat yourself, bro. Like I love that shit. Like I love shoes.
Mhm.
It's like buy the stuff that you want to buy, but at least what you're saying is definitely correct.
Mhm.
At least in that situation, you get to focus on like your health, your family, finding a girl, bro. Like these things are like the things that matter in
real,
life.
bro.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
What about me?
What do you
Like,
wanna
what do I want to be?
Yeah.
yeah, bro.
What
That's
do
a
I
good
want to
question.
be?
This is a bro pod, bro. This is brocast. Right
This is a
here.
bro pod.
For real.
This is
This
a
is bro pod.
bro pod.
What I want to be, oh man, what I want to be, I just want to be, to be honest, like, I don't know, I'm the oldest in this, like, out of you three, like, I just want to be, like, straight up, sounds mad corny, I just want to be, like, a good role model for you guys, bro.
Yo, can we all hug, bro?
Yo, we can all hug for
Yo,
sure.
that's
like, it sounds
crazy.
mad crazy.
That's
it sounds mad
crazy.
crazy, but, like, it's actually true, like,
Yo,
like,
I
that's
actually-
pretty much it, like, I actually realized over the past probably couple years that it's like, man, like, sure, like, being successful is something that, like, I want, but, like, I'm starting to realize that, like, the way I affect people around me is a little bit more important to me and, like, what I want to, like, leave behind type of thing. For who I want to be, like, I want to be more of, like, I want someone to, like, think, damn, like, sure, like, he was successful, but man,
He was
that
a
guy,
better guy.
he was a way better person than like he was.
Nobody
successful,
remembers
know
you
what I
for
mean?
your money, man.
Yeah, that and
Not in a
I've
good
been,
way anyways.
I've been knew that, so it's like I just want to focus on that shit now, and just like that's pretty much it. That's if is that all right? Like that,
No,
there's
it's a
nothing
good-
else to
no,
really
that's a
like.
good answer, man. For real.
Like
What,
that's all
okay,
really-
so definitely I know that you want to close that question off or that answer off, but I'm just gonna like dig a little deeper in that.
Okay, dig.
What to you is like being a good role model to your brothers? Like what's something that you show them that's what's important to you that you want to show them? Like what is it in particular that you're like I am going to achieve these things because I want to show my bros like this is the path.
Fuck, man, I don't know. Just like work hard, I guess.
Okay.
Like
work
I
ethic,
mean,
work
work,
ethic.
yeah, work ethic mostly, cause like I feel like as long as you always have something on your mind, like as long as I'm always constantly like, for example, for me, it's like for the past like since high school, like since I was like 14, I've been maybe not going to the gym every single day since I was 14, but I've made that a part of my life, like
Consistently.
just like going to the gym consistently like throughout the year, and having like making that like
Commitment.
making that commitment and like having those like that type of discipline to just be able to be like, no, like I said I'm gonna focus on this, like I'm gonna do it type of thing. Like I feel like
So being a man of your word.
being a man of your word is, oh wow, that's pretty much it actually. That's another big one. And
So
if you're gonna say
Honestly,
something,
be honorable.
yeah.
For real.
If
I don't know, be like a real person. If okay, now we're gonna get real deep.
Dependable.
If there's
is
one
another
thing
too.
I want like Owen and you to know for sure, is that 100%, as long as you're a real one, like as long as you're like down to earth and you're true to your peoples, and that's it, man. Like that's if you could bring that with you, and if I could show you that, man, hey, no, like sure I'm a dick to you sometimes. We argue and shit. But when it comes down to it, I'm going to tell you a spade's a spade. I'm going to be real with you every single time, no matter what. Like, no matter, sometimes it's going to be harsh, maybe. I'll tell you if it's harsh, or sometimes it's going to be awesome. But, like, either way, I'm telling you the truth, no matter what. Like, I'll never not be real. If that's...
Sometimes the truth hurts, bro. I have a sibling too. Like I have an older sister. You know, like obviously the dynamic's different. Like you guys don't know what it's like to have a sister, just like I don't know what it's like to have a brother.
Mm-hmm.
So like definitely I relate in that aspect. For me, on my end of things, it's like definitely the fact that you have an older sibling. Period. I relate to you on that. It's like, come on, some of the things you're like, come on, man. Like You don't know the feeling, bro.
I don't. I have no clue. I have no clue.
So sometimes you get this feeling where it's like...
You want to beat
man,
the shit out of the older person?
No.
Don't even lie, boy. Don't even lie. You've had that.
No,
I'll cut you. That
is... I think it's like mostly like the fact that like, yo, there's a... At the end of the day, it's like the fact that you're older is... You have to show respect. It's like... I have to show respect to my sister because she's older than me, so you have to know that that person has more say than you do, and that person at the end of the day, like, he knows that you have his best interests, and so you're his guardian, bro. Just like when I looked at my sister, even though she's a girl, but she was my older sister by 6 years, bro. When I was younger, like, that was my guardian.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, when shit went down, it's like, yo, my older sister got me. Like, she's like, that's like my, she is a protector.
Guardian, bro. That's the best way to say it.
She was a protector to me. Still is. Like, as much as she, like, obviously now physically she doesn't match up, but in a way it's like if I ever needed
physically she doesn't match up. 1v1, I'm gonna feed her those buckets every time.
Yo, has he? It's like she's not seeing me on a court. Nah, it's not happening. Not on a court. But what it is though is like. Not even like from a physical standpoint, obviously not. I was just saying like in terms of like if I ever needed something in life, he knows that like, yo, I can go to Noah. Like that's his older brother. It's like, yo, I can depend on him. That's my older brother. It's like if there's anybody that I can go to when I need help, it's my older brother. Because that's my older brother. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like your older sibling is like your guardian, bro. Like that person like takes care of you, man. Like, it's a different role. You're almost like a parent, but you're the bridge between parent and
100%.
siblings.
Bro, that's why I'm trying to grind so hard now. Like, literally, I could just envision the day where I have my own crib and shit.
Yeah.
Everything's light, and Luke or Owen hits me up and like, yo, blah, 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 I need a crash. Like, bro, I can't wait till that day, boy. That day, whoo.
That's gonna be sick.
Bro, that day I'm literally gonna be like, life's a blessing.
Having your bros over to sleep over and
bro,
stuff.
Bro, that's a blessing.
Absolutely.
Can't wait.
I can't wait to have that myself, man. Like, my sister has that right now, and so I get to like crash at her. I mean, like, it's funny as fuck to say that. It's like, ooh, I get to have a sleepover with my sister. No, well, like, all joking aside, bro, it's fire. Like, if I ever wanted to just be like, yo, let's just moss tonight, like, I'm gonna crash at your place. I don't even need to ask. I just say.
Yeah.
But like, of course, like, I respect their privacy.
100%.
And like, if they're like, yo, like, you're not sleeping over tonight, it's like, alright, cool.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's the relationship that I have, and that's dope. Like, you're gonna have that with Noah, bro, and for a little while, and you're gonna fucking take advantage of it. Trust me.
Oh, 100%. You can do that.
That's the thing. It's like, no, it's like you're gonna. it's not really up to him because you're gonna sucker him into it. You're gonna be like, yo, no, like, I'm sleeping over tonight. And Noah thinks it's fire now until you're sleeping over at his house Monday. It becomes every day of the week, but the shit's fire, man. And that's the thing, like, at the end of the day, too, like, what I do wish, this is another off-topic, but connected, I really, like I said, I love my sister to death. I really wish I knew what it was like to have a brother, though. I had cousins that were like my brothers, but I wish I had a brother, man. I don't know.
What's it like having a sister?
It's like having a friend that's a girl that you can get her honest perspective from a girl's side of things, which is really beneficial.
Yeah.
Yo, low key, that's
dope,
super
man.
hot fire.
It is like obviously there's
super hot fire.
Obviously, there's certain boundaries you can't
cross.
You can't cross because it's your sister, so you can't talk about really crazy shit. Whereas, like, I have girlfriends in my life where it's like we're cool, so we can talk about shit that I can't talk about with my sister, but it's also from a girl's perspective. You know what I'm talking about? And that's normal, bro. That's obviously like that's you know what I mean. You don't even need to like fathom that. But that's what I would say it's like to live with a sister. It's like, obviously I can't sit and game with my sister all the time and like talk about basketball and shit. Like, she doesn't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
My sister doesn't give a fuck about my interests the same way that guys do.
You want to know what it's like being a freaking the oldest brother?
I want to know what it's like to have brothers, period, from both of your
so
perspectives.
in my position, it's going to be different for him, probably. But for me, it's literally like I have little like they're kind of versions of me in a way, but they have their own lives. They're doing their own thing. They do their own shit.
It's crazy
right?
because when I look
And
at
it's
Owen
like-
and I hear him talk, I see you, man.
Dude, that's fire. I kind of fuck with that.
Straight
that's fire.
up, bro.
So it's
like
like-
you're different
No.
than your bro. Like you're in a different. I see connections between you and Noah,
we're
but you
so
guys
different.
are like two different entities.
It's,
But when I
it's
look
weird.
at Owen, it's like, bro, I see Noah. Like, he looks up to Noah, bro. Like straight up.
Gangster,
He
bro.
probably hangs out with you the most.
Oh, he hangs up. The age difference, right? Like Owen's.
I was
for
just
people
thinking
who
that.
don't know, I'm 22.
I'm 18.
And Owen's 11. Like, there's a big gap, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah,
Owen's
yeah.
visionary still. Yo, we're getting Owen on a pod.
Bro.
Noah, when I was talking to him, bro, was like mind-boggling to me. Like his way of speech, even.
It's you know why? Because imagine, because when we were 11, we were hanging out with like 11-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Owen's 11, but like he hangs out with like 18, 22-year-olds.
Yeah.
So I can't even
He's
imagine
smart.
what's
No,
it.
bro.
I wonder what he does in class. Like sometimes Owen literally must be like these kids are freaking nuts.
I'm sure he does.
There must be times where he's just like, "Are you kidding me, Joseph? What are you thinking?" Did you imagine the amount of times where he's like, "Are you serious, bro?"
And his you know what I was thinking too, like his sense of humor is probably so too advanced.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's kind of fire though.
Like he's probably cracking jokes that go over people's heads.
Yeah,
Like,
yo,
they're
Owen-
like, oh wait.
yo, low key,
They don't
Owen
get
might
it.
be the one to save us all, bro.
Maybe, bro.
Owen could be the one to save us all. Next, you know, Owen's a fucking. Who knows, dude?
So you guys have it from different perspectives. Like I was saying, like you guys are two different dudes. Like personality wise, like just like you guys are two different guys.
Mhm. Fair,
You're not
fair,
the
fair,
same. I was
fair.
just saying, like Owen, he's still young, right? So he still has time to develop who he is.
100%.
Because like right now his influences are his two brothers. So obviously like I know Noah way better than I know you, only because like we grew up being friends, right? So I may not see all the things that Owen's connected to you in a way, but that's why when I see Owen, I literally see the connections that he has with Noah, and I'm like, bro, it's so trippy. I feel like I'm sitting and I'm talking to a young Noah. I feel like I'm talking to a young Noah, bro. It's so trippy, but it's like, yo, what's that like? What's it like having a bro? Like, what's it like from your perspective, and what's it like from your perspective? Because I've always wanted to know. I just don't know what it's like.
For me, because the two of you guys are both younger, I don't know what's like having a bro. Like I literally, like mom and dad put it like such a big thing on me where it's like man, at all times I'm literally just trying to like, even though I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not doing anything too crazy. Like I just want to be like pave a path for you guys, so it's like, okay, these guys are Gucci. That's literally all it is for me to have what it's
You
like
gotta
to be a
role
brother.
model.
Like what's it like to be a brother, man? It's a trippy to have brothers.
It's like, yo, like how do you, like what's your relationship like in terms of, like if you were to compare it to me, let's say we're friends, we're not brothers,
Well,
obviously.
Yeah, I think the difference is, well, first of all, the age difference is that like there's a big age difference. Like the shit that I'm going through in life is 4 years. You know what I mean?
In
Like
advance.
it might be more relatable for you than it is for him. You know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
in terms of just like what we
His
relate
mind
to.
isn't there yet.
Well, not even that. We just have experienced different things. Like
Yeah.
like I've experienced something that maybe you haven't, or and I'm sure there's things that you've experienced that I haven't. But like, to be honest, like we should probably just freaking talk more often, eh? Like,
no, dead
low
off,
key.
bro, like,
Hash it out. I feel like this is therapy.
no, it's just, bro. Like I remember being like when I was like younger, like being the middle child. I was like, bro, fuck, bro.
Yo, what's it like being the middle child, bro?
Bro, it has its ups and downs. To be honest with you, like it's pretty dope because like I can see where like Noah, like, he grows up and he fucks up, and I'm like, shit, like I can't do that. 'Cause, like, I got fucking shit for it, so I probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like I see that, but at the same time, it's like where I, like right now, like Noah's on his grind, and I
Yeah.
see that, I'm like, fuck, bro, like that fuels me
Mm-hmm.
to be on my grind. Like me seeing him succeed
Good.
makes me be like, fuck, bro, like he can do it, bro, I can do it. I gotta grind.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But like
That's good. That's your older brother, so it's okay to.
that ass, and
That
then,
makes
like,
sense that you look up to him in
that's
that
what I'm saying.
aspect.
So like same thing like he was saying, like how he wants to be a role model, at the same time like I want to be a role model for Noah or Owen too, cause like
100%.
You're his older brother as well.
exactly, bro. So it's like for him, it's like I felt it would be even better because like now he has 2 brothers to be like fuck. Like,
Now he can look at 2 different
Yeah,
examples.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
For Owen, it's like, yo, like that kid. It's like
He's
it's
got a
almost.
great advantage.
It's
It's
inevitable. Like he can't mess up. Almost. You know what I mean?
And he has 2 of you guys with such a big age gap between him and you two, to the point where it's like, you will literally guide him with such a mature perspective that in stages of life where you know that he needs the most guidance from a boy who went through a lot of things that he went
Not
through.
one, 2 boys.
2
bro.
boys
Yeah, bro.
that went through, like, that's the thing that I didn't have having an older sister. It's like, she can give me all the advice in the world, and a lot of the advice is real and it was useful. There's some advice that a girl can't give to a guy going through the ropes. It's like, I had to learn a lot of this shit on my own. And it's like, my dad is the only other guy in my immediate family, like
Yeah.
that lives in the same household. But my relationship with my dad is not to the point where it's like I can talk to him about, especially at the younger ages, where I can talk to him about the same things that I can talk to my boys about.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Yeah,
sure
no,
you
for
guys
sure.
can relate. Like, you can't just like pull up on your dad and start
Yeah,
talking
for
about
sure.
certain topics because it just
It's
it's a disconnect.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, it's like he's not gonna want to hear that, and you don't feel comfortable having that conversation. Like,
Mhm.
some people do have that relationship with their dads
Which is
too, and that's
cool,
cool,
yeah.
which is cool. But that's the thing. It's like, having said that, my role models were a lot of like in terms of like dudes teaching me how to become like a man over the years. Obviously, my father, number one, but it's like older cousins, my own friends. Like, my own friends will say things and be like, "Well, we'll tell you like how it is." It's like, bro, you shouldn't be doing this the way that you are. But that stuff guides you and kind of shows you the way as well.
for sure.
So, you know, like, the thing is about having a sister is like, you experience things a little bit differently, man. You experience like going through high school and becoming a man a little bit differently because you absolutely, at the end of the day, kind of just figure it out on your own. Like, that's how I had to figure it out. It's like, I gotta look at what I have around me, and it's like, yeah, I have some resources, but at the end of the day, it's just like you. Like, you're an older bro, so in a way you can relate. It's like you don't have anybody else ahead of you to kind of like.
Yeah, I
look
feel like
at.
I feel like there's a race to be that guy, to be like, you know what I mean? Like, I have to be that person. Like, how do I explain this? So like you know how you're saying how it's like you have your dad, like your dad is your role model, and your like older cousins, right?
Yeah, in terms of like because they're like older males, that's who I look to when I try to like make decisions. Like, when I see mistakes made by my dad or by my older cousins, like, those are like my older brothers where I can look at them like he
Yeah,
looks
it's
at
it is the same. Like, in terms, I'd watch my uncles and shit. I definitely watch my uncles and just pick up on shit that they do.
But there's
What-
nothing like a bond, like a brother's bond, man. That's what I'm getting at. It's like,
Yeah, like,
he
but
has a direct.
There's this. What I think it is that there's just this like it's, you can't even put it into words. Like, really, you can't even put it into words. Like, it's just that like I already know that no matter what, like, I
That's
got
it, bro.
like no matter like
Deadass.
it's really like I like beyond like me trying to be a role model and shit. It's just like what it's like to have a brother is literally just to know that like literally it's gonna happen. It's sad to say, but the day mom or dad or grandpa, like that's my guy I have right
Yeah,
there.
yep.
You know what I mean? No matter what the hell happens, that's my guy. That's what it's like to have a
Knock on
brother.
wood.
Like of course, knock on, like, it's inevitable. Shit's gonna happen, of course, but still, like, I'm sure it's the same. But like, I feel like with a brother, it's different because it's like obviously it's the same with a sister, but like I feel like with a brother, it's like having that masculine type of like understanding of just like yo.
That's gonna be
like,
crazy because I gotta go through that without that. So now you're making me trip. But no, my sister's dope in that aspect though. Like, she's not a girly girl in that
I know what
aspect.
you're trying to get at though, but honestly, it's literally like it's almost like unexplainable. Like
That's a sibling bond in general.
Yeah, like
'Cause I
what
can relate.
really like it's hard as hell to put into words. Like, what is it like to have a brother? It's like having like.
Yeah, like, I guess in short, what I'm trying to say is like, because I have a sister, I know what it's like to have a sibling.
Yeah.
But what is it like to have a guy as a sibling?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know what it's like to have a girl as a sibling.
Honestly,
because
I feel
I'm different than a girl, so I
Yeah.
know what it's like.
Yeah, man.
I feel like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Well, we can't really say who's right or wrong because we both have our own perspectives because neither of us have, like, the same situations.
Yeah.
Where you guys don't have a sister and I don't have brothers. But I think the way that the difference is that you may have, like, a much closer bond in different aspects. And what I mean by that is, like, guys in general can connect with guys closer on a level than that you can do with a female. Like at the end of the day, you're gonna meet a lady in your life, hopefully, and you'll build a really strong bond with that person. But like the way that you connect with a guy is not the same as you connect with a girl, no matter what.
Yeah,
No matter what. Not
saying.
even like my mother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not to say that I'm not closer to my mother than I am to anybody else on this planet Earth, and I can tell her and bond with her like more than anybody on this planet Earth. But it's like my connection with my mother is not the same connection that I can have like with my father or my friend or my brother. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, it's like my sister. It's like,
it's a more gentle, right? Like it's a more gentle, like
growing up, it wasn't.
Oh, you guys were definitely.
No, I mean, like when you grow up and you're kids, like
You're
probably
bickering at each other, arguing,
absolutely,
and fighting, and all that shit.
sharing showers and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like that sort of thing. But the thing is like, at the end of the day, she's a girl, so I can never really understand
so
her.
is it more like a gentle type of love you got for your sister and types? See, for us, it's
more
like it's a
of
bro type of love where it's literally like growing up, like we yelled at each other, we argued.
No. I had that. No.
Okay.
So it wasn't like that. Like I definitely
okay.
had like a bro relationship with my sister.
Oh, okay.
Like because she was my only sibling, she was my brother and my sister.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like even when she didn't want to play older brother, some ways she did play older brother.
Okay.
Like, you know, I would play with me when I wanted somebody to play with when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
play
cute,
play
bro.
Nintendo and shit. You know what I mean? Yo, that's the thing though. That's the thing. Like, she's cool like that in that aspect. My sister's chill, but it's like, as I get older, well, at this point,
it's so trippy, man.
It's so weird.
And now I'm starting to have that feeling where that you're having like, what the hell is it like that, brother? I'm like, what the fuck is it like to have a sister?
Can I? Yeah, no, it's trippy. Let me explain to you this. When I think about my journey, I guess, or like my experience growing up with my sister, it came in 3 phases. So the first phase was like, as kids. So you don't think about gender. It's like, you're a kid, you just play.
Mm-hmm.
So like, that difference of genders doesn't mean as much as it means when you get older.
Okay,
and then you kind of like become your gender. It's like, you know, like you hit puberty, you become a man. You know what it's like to be a man compared to it is to be a woman.
Okay.
But like, when you're a kid, you don't think about that. So we just play. She's my bro and my sis. You know, we just.
That's
like,
my sister. You don't even think about it.
You don't
That's
think
my
about
sister.
it.
Cool. Yeah.
It's my sister. It's like my sibling. It's my friend.
Yeah.
It's my friend.
It's not anything. Yeah.
So the second stage is like, because she's 6 years older than me, she's also hitting stages in life that are like, she's going through teenage years while I'm still a kid, and she's also a chick. So it's like, now she's going through the teenage years, and when you're a teenager, you're like, oh man, like I don't want to hang out with my little brother, like that's not cool, like I'm in high school, you know what I mean, like I want to go like out and shit like that and stuff like that. So it's like that distance sort of starts to create itself.
Okay.
And also the fact that she's a girl and like a 7-year-old, 8-year-old Ray running around with like big ears and fucking toys in my hand doesn't connect to a 14-year-old girl that just hit grade 9.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So now that distance starts to create itself, and now she's my older sister and like looks out for her little bro. She's like, oh, that's my little bro. Like, let me make you a sandwich. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
you know what I mean? Like, she's like a caretaker vibe. And then it's like the third phase is like, right now, we're both adults. Like, I'm 22 and she's 28. Now we're in our 20s. Both of us are in our 20s. There's less of a discrepancy. It's like, now we can kind of sit and just like, it's almost like related to the first phase where I don't even think about the gender anymore. Because it's like, we're both adults. And
we don't even think about the age anymore, really.
We don't even think about the age anymore.
Yeah,
it's like we're both just kind of like at the same level, and like she respects me the same way I respect her. That's it. Like, we're just like good friends. Like, me and my sister are good friends.
That's a pretty good way to sum it up. I think it's pretty much the same for us. It's that maybe the middle part.
Yeah, because you don't have that distance like I had.
Well, like, we have 4 years difference, but, like, that is still a difference. Like, how do you think? What do you
when
think
he was 12, you were 16.
Yeah.
And those are the years that are kind of like, they're different.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a point like, where like he would go, he'd do his own shit, and I'm at home, I'm like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
But like,
you probably felt it more than he felt it.
Because
he's older and he's going through
yeah.
it, and he doesn't think about it as much as you think about it, because you're seeing him leave, but you're like, damn, like, he's experiencing something that I don't get to experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas he's already seen your age.
Yeah.
But he didn't have to see someone, like, leave the front door and have a good time and party and shit. You're
see,
like,
right now,
whoa.
see, it's funny. See, now it's like, because to be honest, there was so much time where I'm like 16, you're 12. Right, and it goes on for a few years. It's like, man, it's hard to like connect.
That's my middle stage.
It's hard.
Sister.
It's hard, right?
Yeah, for sure.
See, I feel like now that like you're turning 19 and I'm like 22, like
That's
it's
what I'm
getting
saying.
closer. Like, bro, we're gonna be doing so much more shit,
See, that's
and
what
it's
I'm
gonna
saying,
like, it's gonna be more fire now than it was definitely like in the past. Because like, man, like now when you're younger, you don't even realize like how like ignorant you are. Realistically, like I literally I was so like not even open minded to the fact that like, oh man, it's just crazy to think back. Like when you're younger, I was like probably mad selfish, not really thinking
but,
about
like,
that.
But it's not even like that. It's not like it's not like I'd be at home and be like, fuck, like, you know, what's that or whatever. Like, it's just a thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had other things to
Yeah,
occupy me with
absolutely.
my
It's
time.
not like you're at home, like, listening to Marvin's Room.
Yeah,
with your
yeah,
dad.
no,
I get what
no,
you're
no,
saying.
no.
I get.
That
It's
is
just like
fine.
you go through the phase. It's like, yo, my brother's growing up, and like you see changes that were like, yo, I remember like, cause look, correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You're a younger brother like the way that I'm a younger brother, and so like when I grew up with my sister before she was like in that high school phase, we were at home chilling.
Mhm.
That was our life together. We wake up in the same house. She, like, you know, they can always do their own thing in their own bedroom and stuff or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's like everybody's in the household growing up together, and then it's like he's getting to an age where he's kind of like venturing out, like leaving the house, going out to hang out with friends and shit like that, where it's like you might not be at that stage where you're allowed to do that type of shit, and it's like, yeah, that's where that disconnect starts to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's not like he's...
What was that like in that stage for you?
What's it?
Well, it's not like you lose him as a brother. But
Yeah, obviously not. But
Like, man, like, it's just a thing that, like, happened. Like, it was just, like...
it's a phase, man.
Like, it's just, like, alright, like, he's not here, so, like, I gotta find something to do.
you know what I think that like straight up, you are really, what's the word? Like you're really good with like voice acting and shit like that, like and beatboxing. Like I feel like maybe like I don't know, like little shit like that. Like you're good at like.
Where did this come from though?
I think it came from just like maybe me not being around and you just being alone. Like where did it come
shit
from?
to do.
Yeah, like where did it come from? Like you're low key
like,
mad good with that shit.
I just like, bro, like when I remember just being on YouTube and I'd be like, I remember my first video I watched, like I beatboxing, and I was like, bro, that's sick. I was like, shit, I want to try that.
Yeah,
So like
start learning
you start
and
doing
shit.
stupid shit, but like even with like doing like voices and doing stupid shit like that, like for me, like that's cool.
Yeah.
Cause like for me, it's like I can put on a character and like, I'm not me anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo,
I'm
that's
mad good with it.
That's
I'm
just-
fire.
I'm just
Yo, you
super
can go
fun.
somewhere with that, but yo, this is the thing, bro. What I'll tell you is if you think you have a talent, and it sounds like you have a talent, please take advantage of it. Like, don't be afraid to act on it. Especially, you're 18. Like, it doesn't mean that you can't just because you're 18. Just start doing shit with that. Start brainstorming ideas, and bro, don't think twice about it. Just do. Just
Low
do,
key.
man. Trust me, bro, because like you don't want to. I know it's cliche, but this is the damn truth, bro. It's like you don't want to be caught up as the person who... You don't want to die with regrets, man. That's it. It's as simple as that. You don't want to die with regrets.
It sounds so funny how we're saying that though, because it's like, yo, we're 22, and it's
I know.
Like, yo, we don't want to die with regrets, bro. It's
no,
like,
like,
yo,
yeah, but that's the thing, though.
But no, you're right. I completely get what you're saying.
In a way, it's like I've always wanted to do a podcast, and it's like, so we just did one. Like I didn't think about it. We just did it.
Literally
You know what
the
I mean?
one day, yeah.
It's like
You know what I
having a
mean?
bucket list. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't die without like making sure.
Just
everything on the
try,
bucket-
bro.
Yeah.
Just try. It's like you never know where it can go. It's like just because you'll never know where it can take you unless you try. It's like if it fails, you can look back and be like, at least I tried. And then you don't have to die with that regret or guilt or wondering. You don't. It's never on your mind anymore because it's like, yo, I got through that. I went through that part in my life where it was like, yep, I tried that voice acting thing. I tried the beatboxing thing. Hey man, like it was fun. It was something to do. But I found something new in my life on the way, and that's what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. But you shouldn't go with.
Yo, dude, straight up, we should try to find some shit. Like, dude, that'd be fire to do. Like, even like freaking like some sort of
come
acting
up with
thing.
some ideas.
Like, yo, we should try that. Like some sort of acting sort of thing. That'd be fire as shit. Because low key, like that's definitely a talent that you have, 100%.
That'd be pretty sick.
Bro, get this kid into acting.
Dude, low key, we're bursting into the acting scene. Me and you, bro. I'm coming with you, bro. What the hell? If you're going, I'm coming with you, bro.
Bro, drama class top student.
Let's go, bro. Drama class top student.
Drama
That's
class
fast,
top
boy.
student,
Let's
boy.
go.
Yo, on that note, I mean, we've been going for about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
This has been a fire pod. Can I just say that? This is, I think, dare I say, I might say this every single pod that we do, but I actually genuinely think
That might have been the best one.
this might have been the best pod that we did of all time.
And that's a bar. And there we go.
That's a wrap, bro.
That's it. We're done.
Yeah, hit that
Done
stop button
zone.
there.
Where's it?